This is the Legend of Mana Ultimania. And Ultimania is another word for a companion book. This is only released in Japan. It was published in 2004 for the 1999 PlayStation 1 game Legend of Mana. Basically this has a pretty thick book. This is called a tankobon style. And it's, like I said, only in Japanese, so it only has Japanese text. However, for any fans of the series, it is a worthy pickup, I think, because it, while you may not be able to read it, it does have a lot of lovely artwork in it, and I want to kind of show off some of that. So we'll try to flip through this as best we can. Has a lot of interconnected elements that it talks about. This is sort of describing how the game works just in the first few pages. It's talking about the different elements and the different races of the game. Here it kind of goes into several of the characters, has the artwork for all of them. And again, it's in Japanese, so can't really read it, but if you played the game, you know about it. Either the original on PlayStation 1 or the remastered that's available on several systems. If you kind of look at the side here, there's indexing tabs that have different volumes, numbers. These are sort of chapters. First chapter is sort of all the characters. This tells you how to complete the in-game encyclopedia for all the characters. These are various other NPCs here. Volume 2 here. This goes into the different artifacts which you use to create the lands of the game. Volume 3 goes into the battle system. Kind of talks about how it works, all the different weapons and special techniques you can use. Yeah, here's the special arts. There's a lot of different tables and guides here. Unfortunately, if you're not a Japanese reader, then you probably won't be able to understand much of it, because it's mostly in what appears to be kanji and katakana. The magic system. Some of these chapters are bigger than others. Volume 4 looks like we're getting into equipment. It's got artwork and pictures for all the various types of weapons and instruments and armor and so on. And of course there's lots and lots of tables here for all sorts of things. Let's see here. There's a lot of illustrations of different cards. Flip forward to the next volume here. These are different items you can pick up, which are mostly the things you use for crafting, like the produce and the minerals and various enemy drops and so forth. It's a relatively short chapter. We have a whole chapter on different types of fruits. All the different pictures for that. And tables. And volume 7 here. These are enemies. So it has all the in-game portraits for the different enemies and their various stats. I believe toward the back here has all the bosses. Oh no, it's pet monsters. Bosses are probably up front. I may have skipped past those. Volume 8. All about golems. Different colors you can have for them. Different grids. So forth. Let's see. Volume 9 here is all the different events in the game. So this kind of keeps track of all the quests you can do and how to perform them. Again, it's all in kanji, so if you don't read kanji, it may not be of much help to you, but again, this is more for non-Japanese speakers more of a collector's item than a useful tool. In Volume 10 we have Land. This is probably my favorite chapter just because it shows actual maps here of each of the zones, but it also shows a picture of every single screen, and it does that for pretty much every single land in the whole game, so you can kind of get a look and see what each area looks like in its entirety. And this alone I think is my favorite part just because I'm a big fan of maps, so you can see a lot of the different elements here. And we get to the end here. Let's see, Volume 11. This is all sorts of secrets in the game, things that you can miss or that you have to look for. So again, can't really read it, so it's hard to tell. It even talks about the pocket station here, different ways you can raise monsters in that. In the back it has some information about the staff of the game and a bunch of credits and so forth. So that's the whole book. It's a pretty thick book. It's a little over 600 pages. And you can usually find this online at sites like Amazon Japan, maybe PlayAsia has it in stock, but if you're interested in importing it and you're a fan of Legend of Mana, I think even if you don't understand Japanese, it's a worthy import and worthy for any fan of Legend of Mana to collect. And I just wanted to showcase it off. Thank you.